Well, hello everyone. Sorry before about the technical difficulties. My tablet came up and wanted to know what destination, and I thought I could change it maybe because it asked that. I just learned something that I can leave it on a choose setting and choose where it goes each time. So that is good to know because that's not something I even knew about. So it was making me decide this, and I should have just kept it to my original page, I guess. But I have been wanting to try that, and I thought I could share, but I wasn't finding it on any of my timelines. So maybe I wasn't even live. I don't know what was going on. But if you're on, please like, share, and comment, and let me know you're here and say hello. I will check here to see if anybody has joined in yet, and I don't see anybody on yet, but that was probably confusing for everybody. So tonight we are doing something a little bit similar, but we're using to the candy jar the other night with the hearts in it, but we are using a whole different plaque on it, and it will have another saying on it. And I am excited to use this in my craft room. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. So let me show you the image. We're doing the Happiness is Homemade. And you look at that for a minute while I check and get it shared to my timelines. There's lots of fun things that you can do with this image. We will also be using the truck image with the add-ons, the truck add-ons, so I'll show you that in a second. I say sometimes figuring all this stuff out is crazy. So yep, so this time it definitely is showing up. And so let me share this real quick. That takes a second to share to all these places I want to share it to. And okay, let me try. Let's see. And Facebook gets confusing too. So I always share on my husband's timeline because he is very supportive of this. He's the one that hauls me all over to all the craft stores and goes in and uses a zillion coupons sometimes. So here's the truck transfer image, and we will be using the hearts on that. So there's lots of fun things on that. So thanks again for watching and tuning in. And looks like Michelle's so far the only one on, but if you're new on and not saying anything, please like, share, and comment, and let me know you're here. And please spread this around because I am trying to get this going as an actual business and not just for fun. So I would appreciate it if you could share. So we will get to the table view, and let me do that now, and I'll show you what I have on my table. I'll take that off of there since it looks like I'm going to try and reposition it. But tonight we're going to use this round circle that I got at Hobby Lobby, and let me grab the image from the other night, or not the image, but what we did the other night. This is what we did last night. I just want to chalk pretty things, and I was trying to match the circle, the edge of that circle, to match this frame. I think I did pretty good, and I can explain that. I'm dropping everything here. I need to, as soon as I get my table up, I have a new mic, and it won't be attached to me, so that will be nice. But we've got to find the right size bolts for my new table. So I'm excited because we found an IKEA table that's gonna work perfect in here. So anyway, this image, or this board, came like this. So this is what it looks like. It's just from Target in the $3 spot, and I just painted the edge, was all I did, because I want it to match. It's gonna go on my wall there behind me, and I guess, well, I couldn't point that out because I don't have you on the switcher, I guess, where I'm at the moment. So I've been not doing that as much. So that way you can just see the whole table and I'm not crowding in the corner. So what I want to do is I want to use the candy jar I made it into a candy jar the other night. So I want this to go clear down here by these dots because I need it to go down. I've already figured that out. I need it to go down as far as possible. Now earlier I was thinking maybe I didn't have it centered, but yeah, you'll have to come over and get your stuff. We're doing I think it's the 9th is when we're getting together for February. If you're coming to that, that would be great. We had a fun time at the last event. Jenny really had a fun activity for my daughter's picking up my crafting habits, and she had a way fun activity for the grandkids when we did our last family activity at our house. We eat, and we also have an activity for the grandkids, so it's kind of fun. We do that once a month. So I think this is centered pretty good. So we will get this smoothed out. Now this is the angled squeegee. It's a very good one to help get the bubbles out. You want to make certain that all the bubbles are out. Now if this is your first time joining me, we would have taken a towel, and this is one of the transfers, but if it hadn't been fuzzed, we would put it on this towel and we would fuzz it about 5 times. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to write on the back side of your transfer, so you know after you wash it and you clean it good with a baby wipe, or not a baby wipe, but a disinfectant wipe, then you can stick it back on the right side of this. So that would be awesome. So hopefully you had a fun time in Disneyland, Michelle. I bet the kids really enjoyed that. I need to check my paste, and it needs to be like a yogurt consistency, and it is from the other night. This jar is actually almost empty, or I would clean it good. When I'm done, I'm going to start saving some of these jars because they work out good to put other paints in, or I also put my wax in in one of them the other night. So, because sometimes we need to wax. In fact, I could have maybe waxed this, but I'm not going to be overlapping much of anything, so I think I'm okay not to wax tonight. But a lot of times if you're using not a chalk couture surface, you want to wax with the Johnson's wax or some kind of a paste wax. So I'm going to do the peacock tonight. When we did this the other night, we used one of the lighter teal colors. I think it was the ocean one. I have it here. We can show you the difference when we're done with the live. I have it behind me. But this reminds me of the old colored jars. And we have some even in our stash. So probably even from like my grandparents' era is where some of those old colored ones came from. Now it's easier if you just hurry and clean your squeegee with a baby wipe. Michelle, sometimes if you don't wax over things, especially if you're layering, it lifts the paint right back up. In fact, I even had problems last night. And I was on a surface, that surface that I just showed you. And I had even waxed, but I had problems with the paint coming right back up. So that was sad, because then I had to, I was wanting to just cringe, because you're in the middle of a live and then you're having problems, and that's not what you want to have. But I was able to paint this parts in without washing that part off. It was my scroll part on that frame, and I was able to wash it off, or to paint it in the parts that came up, because when I put my flowers down, even though I had waxed the board and also waxed again over the top of the paint, it came up. So I might not have had it as dry as I needed it. That could have been another problem. So, and it's trial and error with, especially if you're not using a chalk couture surface. And with me doing lives every day, I would love to use our surfaces on everything, but sometimes I just have to do some of these little bit cheaper surfaces. And sometimes I'm going to be going live more than twice. I'm also going to be going live in my VIP group, and only people that will see those lives are the ones that are in the VIP group. They will not be aired to the whole public. So, and I think this is dry enough. Now, the other night, I just took painter's tape. You could do washi tape. We sell a tape that you could use. But for my next step, I've got to go over these blue lines and cover them. But I just need to be right at the edge of it. So this part takes a second to get this set up, but it worked really good the other night to do this. And I think the tape our company sells is like a purple tape, but I've never bought it yet. and I think it can be reused. Now when you get like these little spots like here, you're just going to want little pieces to go around that curve. And we may have to touch up some red. I had to the other night. So, and I posted my other one like this in our group, and I had, well, I have about 3 different groups I posted it, ended up posting it in, but I had over 100 likes or hearts. A lot of them were hearts, so I know people are liking the things I'm making, and I love doing this stuff, so this is fun for me. So that's ready. Now this is from the truck transfer set. I'll show you that real quick again. See, there's all those fun things on there. Any of those things could go in the jar. In fact, we may do a jar full of clovers before we're done, because I don't have a lot of clover stuff. So anyway, we'll go back to this, and my daughter's wanting me to do clover things, and she named her daughter Clover, but they also have some Irish heritage. So now one thing that will happen here, but I'm not going to get too worried about that, is where the blue lines are, that red's going to kind of cover that up. So unless I was ever so careful, which I could try to be, but I just painted over that the last time with the color. So we'll just smooth this out. And this jar has been cleaned, and I sprayed it. The consistency looks good, so I'm not even going to mess with it. I can tell. And if you keep water in it and have your jar cleaned up like this, you won't have the issues, and your paint will last way longer. So that's a good tip. If this is a shorter live, I'll maybe show you that at the end with one of those that need to be cleaned up. I showed it the other night, but and the tape's good because you just don't get it everywhere. Okay, and then you want to lift this up as quickly as you can. And I do see a little bit of a bubble right there. I'm going to see if I can lay this back down and see if I can get that to not look so much like a bubble. It was on there fine. It just kind of looked like a bubble. Well, and then I spread it, so that was not good. I should have left it. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll dry it, and then I'll take a Q-tip and I'll have to clean out those areas. Sometimes it's better just to not try and fix your things like that and go in after the fact with a paintbrush. And this isn't an actual chalkboard, so I don't know if I try to wash that off and start over if it would even come out. This red is going to be tricky. So I'll just get a couple of more Q-tips here and work it. I may have to put a little bit of white paste there. So actually this is working. I'm just using the edge of my stir stick, because it barely, and then I can touch it up with some of that white if I need to. Just lightly touch it. And I think you won't even be able to tell that that happened. So let me see here what it was supposed to be like down here. Oh, that does go like that. So let me touch up one little spot here with the paintbrush. And I need to, let me grab a fine one. Here it is. And I got my room torn apart again, and I feel like you can't work very good when that happens. So hopefully we get my bolts tomorrow, because we bought this off of the yard sale, my new table, but it came without the bolts, and they're a Sweden bolt. So we're just going to take the whole tabletop over to our Ace Hardware here, because we live right next door to it, and we're going to go find the right size hardware. And I'm trying to see where my white paste went. I know we had it out last night. I have a turntable with paste on. I don't know how you can lose things so easily. Here it is. Like I say, it doesn't help to have your room feel like it's so disorganized. Let me clean my brush out real quick, because I could see that it was getting a little bit of that red there. I don't want to get red mixed in to the white. I'm almost needing a little water there. This will be better. I got it softened up under there. I'll have to put the blow dryer on here again. But yeah, you won't even notice that. That's one good thing about the chalk paste is it's very easy to fix. I see one other little spot I want to grab. Right there. Now if you wasn't on last night's live, I did find out that our chalk paste is made right here in Salt Lake City. So that's something. A lot of the craft companies and the scrapbooking companies have come from Utah. So that's kind of seems to be a Utah thing. Now, so once this is dry, you won't even be able to tell. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay to lay that back down unless you go clean it. And I really don't want to have to leave, so, and I don't have my water right here tonight. It's been crazy. So, we're getting this filled up, and I see a couple of spots, like just right down this row here, where I just want to touch up just a titch of red. So, if anybody else is on, please like, share, and comment, and let me know you're here. I know I get a lot of people watching, but a lot of times they're silent viewers. But I would love to know that you're on. It's fun to chat. And I need to hopefully it will build up in time. We know it's going to take some time, and I took a couple of weeks off after Christmas, so that didn't help matters any. Because you need to just never take time off. You need to just keep doing your stuff. Now I see a couple of spots up here I would like to touch up with the white. Let me grab a clean wipe here and clean this red off. And I'll grab the white, and then we'll paint that. And I have to touch up the blue there that we went over. I can also do that before we blow dry everything. So there's just a couple of spots here. Like I say, where it got laid down, it'll look better. As it bled through after I laid it back on there. Well, that's a lot better, and you can't even tell. So that'll help that. And then I'll grab the blue. And this is just a fine, fine tip for the lines. That's what you need when you're touching up this fine stuff. So you just want it fine. And I think tomorrow is my plan, or Saturday I'm going to go live in my VIP group, and so you'll only be able to see it there, but I have the new catalog, so we're going to go through that and look at all the cute things and talk about that. So if you're not part of my VIP group, you'll want to join there, and that's where I will be running some specials. I had a couple of things going on at Christmas time, but I will be starting some more, especially now that we're getting the new catalog in, and we'll get some things going in there. So this is ready to dry. Sorry about the noise of this. Okay, I think we're okay. The rest will dry. So this is my Happiness is Homemade. That's going to go across the top here. I think that will be adorable. But we have to fuzz it, and I have to write on the back of it that Happiness is Homemade. Actually, I will write on it first. The fun thing about our transfers is it works out good because you can mix and match. So it's fun to interchange these transfers back and forth and make them unique. I've been having fun doing that. And sometimes you don't think about using something that was on one transfer, and you see what somebody else did with it, and then you're like, oh, we carry that? And maybe it was a transfer you didn't even think you liked. So I think we'll do that right through there. Let me just see if it looks straight. Sometimes getting these on here is a little tricky. Actually, I can go up just slightly. But I also I think we'll go with that. Hi Nancy, welcome, welcome. That's okay. I know you have had a lot going on, and Hope you're feeling well tonight, that you're doing a little better. So I think I'm gonna, I'm gonna do homemade in the tiered like we did on the other. So I'm gonna do the two colors in the homemade, but I'm gonna do the blue on Happiness Is. And actually I could even do the red. So let me do the homemade and then we'll do the happiness. I'll decide that after we do the homemade part. Okay, my paste looks good from the other night. Well, it was a little thick the other night. I remember that. We were talking about that. Let me see if I can just mix it with the squeegee since I've got this in here. It was a little bit more like a thick frosting. This consistency is great. So that's ready. Let me get the other one ready so that I know they're... Oh, that's right. You did say. I heard that at the end of our conversation. Is she doing okay? Is Sam okay? I hope so. Darn it. They waited clear till today to do surgery, huh? I bet she's been in lots of pain with it. Okay, so both of those are ready. So I'm going to start at the top here and you kind of have to leave extra because you're it almost looks like it had red in it, but I don't see the red. So I don't know. We'll find out when we lift that up what's going on. So then you take your finger, if you remembered seeing me from the other night, and you just run it along that edge. And I see a spot there, so we'll do that and hope that gets in there. I'm going to pill this way because maybe I can just leave the happiness right up there. We'll pill and dry and oh, and there's no red there, but it was looking like red to me. I don't know where I was getting that from. But, so we'll dry that. The happiness is homemade. Oh, they had to put a pin in it. Ouch. She did a good job at breaking it then. Oh, I bet she won't be playing sports much now for a while. She probably will have to take a break. She was probably a good asset to the team also. Let me hurry and put the lid on these pastes. Oh well. Do that. I'll clean these real quick and then we'll blow dry it, and we are getting closer to being done. This hopefully won't be as long. I would like to get them shorter, but last night we worried too much about what everybody thought maybe. So, and then they just go long. And we were back and forth and then having problems. Yeah, now that's pretty good. It's because I waited too. Now hopefully I didn't get, and I did. I should have thought of that. I got some up there, so let me take a baby wipe and hurry and get this off of here. Because I had it so thick. I'll have to get a clean one. That worked though, so that's good. So now, should I do the happiness in the red, or should I do it in the darker blue? Happiness is homemade, and then I'm going to put my cute little bow at the top that matches what I've been doing. So I'll be using the plaid bow. This is going to go here in my room again with the rest of the stuff. So I'll do the cute little bow. So what do you think? Blue or red? I'm going to turn this way a minute and see if anybody has a comment. Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking was the dark blue. Okay. I just need to go with my instincts, I guess. Because usually it's the same as what you guys are thinking. Oh, and I was going to do a fabric project, and I can't find my tops that I bought. Who knows? I gotta figure out where that stuff went. Oh, and I see a couple of spots where it... Hold on a minute and we'll... I'm going to take my little squeegee in this because I see a couple of spots before I dry it that it's smeared. Sorry, Michelle, I didn't even get your... It's time delay, so sometimes I think either one could have been cute. The red would have been cute too. It'll have the red bow on the top, so maybe just the blue and then with the red up there. Let me get another point here on this. There's one or two little spots here still. Okay, I don't know why it did that because it didn't look like it even went through the... It looked like it went through the transfer just fine, but... So I've got one little spot I've got to touch up with... Yeah, so my sisters came through before yours. That's always the case, is one will come through before the other one. That's the way it was last night, and both sisters had a different idea. But blue is actually what I originally said I was gonna do, so... So I'll dry that and then we'll turn it back around. One thing, I didn't turn my glue gun on, but we can be working on the bow real quick. So I think it turned out way cute. It'll be darling hanging up there on my wall with my stuff. So let me make a cute bow to go up at the top here. And let me grab one of my, hoping I still have some. I'm liking using the pipe cleaners just because it's fast. So, and I'm going to maybe leave that a little bit longer, but I think I'll do a double bow. So let me get this so you can see it. So you leave your long part and then you scrunch and then you make a loop. Decide about the size you want it. And you make another loop coming back over almost like a U. scrunch. So if everybody can see that, that's what you end up with. It looks like almost an 8, a circle 8. And then the next ones I want just slightly smaller. So we're going to do the same thing. And then we'll go back on this side with another loop. And that's all we need. And then I'm going to tie this with the white. It's not going to be seen by the time I cover it with my heart and my heart that gets put on there. So that's not going to matter. I am going to just trim this though, so I don't have all that bulk in the back. So, and then I'm going to use these amp scissors that I love. They're Fiskars amps. There's links on my YouTube to all the things that I like. If you go there and purchase off of those links, it helps me out. So, and I'll fold it over and I'll do a V in it. Everybody can see that. Do another V there. So, and the fun thing about a bow like this is you can just, with the wire in it, you can make it go any way you want it. And I'm going to glue it right here at the top. And then we will add probably a heart at the top. Not certain if this is going to be hot yet, but we'll find out. Oh, it's working. May not be quite as hot as it could be, but I think it'll hold it. I love my glue gun. Best investment ever. So, and I can even play with that more after. Let me see what size I think is going to look best up there on the hearts. And I've even got, well, and the other thing is I could even put 3 hearts up here. Well, let me grab out of this sack. I have my bigger ones. Let me see if I think they're too big. I need to get, I have some roses I bought too, little roses. That would have even been cute up there. And these have that thing on it. I pulled that off the other night. So those are kind of big still, because I'm making the bow smaller. I do have, hold on, I have a couple other options real quick, and then we'll decide. So there's that. And then Everything just keeps getting moved here. This one might be cute. I forgot about these. I think I like that. I'm just going to go with that one. So I think that works. Now the other thing I could have done is there were other hearts that you could put out around here. I may decide to do that after. We'll figure that out after but I think for now I'm going to leave it like this. I don't want it to be a super long live tonight. We've already been almost an hour, and that was my hope. So let's talk a minute. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, and I think it turned out cute. I'm excited to get this stuff hung up. Hopefully in the next few days I can get that done when I get my new table in here and get the rest of my drawers behind me, because they're going to be a little bit taller. I get everything figured out, then that'll be fun to get this put in here. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining. If you liked my project tonight and you would like to order stuff, please go to chalkcouture.com/ArlanaPatton, and there you can order anything that we have on the site that's available right now. And if it shows that it's out of stock, usually within a week or 2 weeks, it's right back in stock. So please go there, and there's all kinds of fun stuff, to lots of different transfers. On the 4th, we have a brand new catalog coming out with brand new things. So I am way excited about that. Tonight's transfer, Happiness is Homemade Though, is being continued on into the new catalog. So that tells me it was really popular, and they want to keep it around for another half of a year and see how that goes. So also, if you want deals, or you want to see videos that I will only post in my VIP group, like I'm going to go live with the catalog, then you're going to want to join the VIP group, and there you can get some deals that I'll run, and also see videos that won't be published to anybody else. So go there, and if you want to be added, just let me know, become my friend, and please like, share, and comment on all my videos and spread the word around. I would love that. That helps me out. So let me get you back to the table view for a minute. So this was tonight's project. Let me talk about one more thing, and that's our kit. And our kit is $99. It's a $250 value. The new kit that's coming out is adorable. So now is a great time to join. And you get all those, you get about 5 pastes, 5 transfers, you get about 3 or 4 boards, and apron. A lot of fun things in the kit. You can try it for the 3 months, and if you haven't met your $150 quota in that 3 months, you can just drop out. There's also a $20 monthly fee that gets taken out of your account, your bank account. But in return for that, you get a website, and you get a new transfer that month. So it equals out to about even, because you're just basically buying your transfer and getting the website for free. So either way, it does work out nice. So put you back on the view of the project. But thanks so much for joining me tonight. I had fun making this. I'm excited to hang it on my wall behind me. And everyone have a good night. Thanks so much. Bye.